Hi, I'm Brad Ross, Head of Corporate Communications for the TTC, and with me is Andy Byford, the CEO of the TTC. And Andy, today we're talking about proof of payment, or POP. What is proof of payment?
Put very simply, it's proof that you've paid your fare. The transfer is, if you like, it's your receipt. So you need that if an inspector gets on and needs to see proof of payment, but you also need it as the easy way to get around the TTC system and the various modes that we operate.
So proof of payment is for people who pay by cash, token, or ticket. What about pass holders?
Well, pass holders, so Metro pass holders, weekly passes, daily passes, you don't need a transfer because your pass is your proof of payment. But for everyone else, please make sure you pick up a transfer. It's the easiest thing to do. Just pick that up wherever you pay.
Okay. We are rolling out proof of payment across the entire streetcar network by the end of this year, so all 11 routes will be proof of payment. Why then are we on a bus?
Well, I mean, first up, we're rolling it out across the streetcars because it will make the passage of the streetcars that much quicker. But equally for the buses, it's important that you have that proof of payment with you because you will need that to demonstrate that you've paid, but also as the easy means of transferring between modes. So whenever you enter the TTC, whichever mode you use, pick up a transfer.
All right, so speaking of modes, we're going to head down to a subway station now where paying your fare and obtaining a transfer is, of course, different than it is here on a bus. So Andy, we're here at Christie subway station. What is the message for customers who begin their journey at a subway station?
Right, effectively it's the same message. Make sure you've got a transfer. So when you come into the station, if you're paying with cash, with tokens or a ticket, drop them in the fare box like you normally would, and then go over to the transfer machine, pick up a transfer, and make sure you keep that with you at all times on your journey because it's your receipt, it's your proof of payment.
So the simple message really is, no matter where you start your journey, no matter where you pay your fare, always get a transfer, which is your proof of payment.
That's right. Nice, simple message.
Okay, Andy, thank you. We're now going to board a new streetcar where obtaining your proof of payment is different than it is on a bus or here in a subway station. We're on board one of our fabulous new streetcars, which is fully proof of payment because the operator is in a separated cab and you don't get your transfer or POP receipt from the operator. So those paying by cash, token, and tickets, what do they do?
They use this machine. So let's take, for example, if you're using a token, all you do is come up to the machine, press the icon there where it says token, put your token in the slot, and the machine will automatically issue you with the transfer. Similarly, if you're paying by cash, you just press the relevant icon on the machine, put your money in, and again, make sure you pick up a transfer. That's the most important thing so that you've got that receipt, that proof of payment.
And these fare vending machines are also available at our busier stops around the network and will be rolled out across the entire streetcar network throughout 2015.
That's right. We're progressively going to equip more of our busier stops so that, again, we can keep the streetcar network moving and you can get your ticket before you board the service.
So this machine is for tokens and cash, and soon in 2015, debit and credit for single payment fare.
Yep, we want to make things as easy as possible. So you'll notice the machine has already been equipped for credit and debit. As soon as possible, we'll get that up and running.
So students and seniors who still use tickets, there is a ticket validator machine. How does that work?
Very simply, you take the ticket, whether it be the student or the senior ticket, put it into the validator, you'll hear a little beep, and the ticket is actually stamped with the time that you stamped that ticket. So that's your proof of payment. Again, it shows that you've paid your fare.
So Andy, that's the new car. The old cars will be going proof of payment by this year. The same applies. You pay your fare at the fare box, you get a transfer.
Yep, that's right. So as you board the streetcar, just drop your token or your cash into the fare box, but make sure you pick up a receipt. Now, clearly, if you've already got a pass, such as a Metro pass, a daily or a weekly, you can get on any door and you don't need to pick up the transfer. Your pass is your proof of payment.
Finally, Andy, with Presto and Presto card users, what do they have to do differently when boarding one of the new streetcars?
Very simple. They get the Presto card. As you board the streetcar, just tap on the reader that you can find next to any of the doors, and then come over to this machine, tap where it says transfer. The machine will automatically issue you with your transfer. In other words, with your receipt, your proof of payment.
So Andy, with proof of payment on streetcars comes fare inspection. How does fare inspection work?
Well, we're recruiting teams of fare inspectors who will operate across the streetcar network, and they'll board vehicles to A, assist customers, but B, just to check that everyone's paid their fare. And when an inspector does ask you for proof of payment, you do need to produce either a Metro pass or another kind of pass, or your transfer as your proof of payment, which is why it's so important that you pick up a transfer. It's your receipt.
So with proof of payment and all-door boarding, we can speed service up across the entire streetcar network.
Well, that's why we're doing it. We know that customers want a quicker, more reliable service, so these are key elements in our modernization of the TTC and just making the system easier and quicker to use.
Andy, thank you very much. And thank you very much for watching. Remember, when boarding the TTC, always get a transfer. That's your proof of payment. For more information about this, please visit ttc.ca.